Good morning, everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the topic insect endoskeleton and tagmosis. So, before going to this topic, you should know first about what are the different parts of the insect body. So, as I have told you before, also there are three distinct parts in the insect body. One is head, then thorax, then abdomen. So, the process of segmenting these different parts of the insect body is called as tagmosis. So what are the endoskeleton? As you know, also in case of the human beings, there are different types of sclerotide structures. That means hardened structures inside the insect body, that is inside the human body, that are called a skeleton. So what is the meaning of this skeleton? So this main function of this skeleton is for giving a proper form or a proper shape. So mostly we are considering for the skeleton, that is in case of human being, that is different parts of the different types of bones. So what are the main function of bone? That is for mean for the muscle attachment. Same thing here also in case of the insect body, the cuticular ingrowth of the body wall. What is this? As I have told you before, that cuticle. So this is the cuticular ingrowth of the body wall. Ingrowth means that is present in case of the inside the body. Ingrowth, okay, inside the body. So the cuticular ingrowth of the insect body wall providing space for the muscle attachment. In case of the human being also, these bones are meant for the muscle attachment and for providing a proper shape or a proper form. Same thing here in case of the insect also. These are the cuticular ingrowth of the body wall for the providing the space for the muscle attachment, for providing a particular shape or the form for the insect is called as endoskeleton. So there are two different types of endoskeleton. One is apodim, another is apophysis. So one trick you remember here, if you are not able to remember what is apophysis and apodim, then you just remember here, in case of apophysis, S is there. S means solid. That means apophysis is solid invagination. Solid invagination. And in case of apodim, there is no S, that is hollow invagination. So these are the two different types of endoskeleton. Actually, this apodim and apophysis are also cuticular ingrowth of the body wall. One is solid invagination, another is hollow invagination. So these are the, in case of apodim, this is the hollow invagination of the body wall for the muscle attachment. This states and forms the bridges, plates, and arms. What are the different types of bridges, sclerites, plates, and arms for this multicellular invagination of epidermis? I will discuss in the next slides. In case of apophysis, this is the solid invagination for the muscle attachment. So another main thing you have to remember here, these apophyses are also called as endophragmal skeleton. Why these are called as endophragmal skeleton? Endo means what? Inside. Endo means what? Inside. Phragmata means what? I will discuss in later. There are three different types of sclerites are present. One is tergum or notum, another is sternum, another is pleuron. So in case of this dorsal sclerite, that is torgum or notum, that is a particular shape is called as phragmata. So inside this phragmata, these apophyses are present. That's why this is called as endophragmal skeleton. That means these apophyses are mainly present in case inside the phragmata. That's why it's called as endophragmal skeleton. And they also provide the space and the mechanical support for different various organs in case of the whole body. So therefore, distinct skeleton structures like tentorium and endothorax are present. So you may have one question: what do you mean by tentorium? What do you mean by cranium? What do you mean by endothorax? Actually, these are all that are the endoskeleton. As you know, also before, this head of the insect has six appendages. Okay, so if I am considering the human being head, in case of my head, what are the different parts are present? Eye, nose, ear, mouth, everything. Same thing in case of insect also. There are different parts, different appendages are present. Just like a compound eye, then that another is that antenna, mouth parts, okay, everything. So this is called as head. That tentorium is called as a skeleton capsule. That means if I am considering my head, and in case of my head some bones are present, that is called as tentorium. Same thing here, in case of insect head also different types of skeletons are present, that is called as tentorium. But what is my cranium? Cranium means, see, if we are removing all the appendages, here one head is there, in case of head, eye is there, then mouth is there, nose is there. In case of human being, if I am removing all the parts, only this capsule is there, that means only the skull is there. In case of human being, this is called a skull. So in case of insect, it is called as a cranium. It's called as cranium. Okay, that means head without any appendages or head minus appendages is called as cranium. You got the proper concept? So what is cranium, what is head, what is tentorium, everything. Tentorium means that is the sclerotized capsule. Cranium also sclerotized capsule, but without appendages, and head is composed of all the appendages. Same thing here also. What is endothorax? Endothorax means this is the endoskeleton of the thorax. So what are the different types of endoskeleton in case of thorax? In case of endoskeleton of thorax, there are three different parts. One is the tergum, one is sternite, another is pleurate. I will discuss in the later. So here I have told you solid invagination and hollow invagination. You see there is a hollow-like structure, that means there is no filling structure, that's called as apodeme. And here there is a filling structure, there is no gap or no hollow, that is called as apophysis. So these are the two different types of endoskeleton that are present in case of the insect body. You see here I have depicted in a tree diagram what are the different types of endoskeleton in case of the insect body. For the head, this is called as a tentorium. For the thorax is called as endothorax. I have told you endothorax, that means tergite, sternite and pleuron, that is pleural ridge. In case of head, this tentorium has three different parts. One is this anterior tentorial arm, then dorsal arm, then is the posterior tentorial arm. These three structures. Okay. In case of the endotergite, tergite, that is tergum or notum. So another structure is present called as the phragmata. The question will come, where the phragmata is present. The phragmata is present only in case of pteropthorax. You see here thorax, three different parts. One is prothorax, then mesothorax, another is metothorax. So in case of this prothorax, this phragmata is not present. Only in case of meso and metathorax, this phragmata is present. So combinedly this is called as pterothorax. Okay. And in case of sternite, and special structure is called furca, that is Y-shaped. I will discuss in the next slide. Another is pleura, that is called mesometa, that is pterothorax. But remember one thing, this pleural ridge or pleurons are absent in case of abdomen. So there may be confusion why these pleurons are absent in case of the abdomen. So main function of pleuron is attaching the lateral parts of the body. What are the different lateral parts of the body in case of insect? In case of insect, mostly legs or the locomotory organs are the lateral parts. But remember one thing, in case of thorax only, in case of three different parts of thorax, that is prothorax, mesothorax and metothorax, only the legs are present, that is three pairs of legs. But in case of abdomen, there is no legs. If there is no legs, then there is no necessity of pleuron. If there is no necessity of pleuron, then why there should be pleuron? That's why the pleurons are absent in case of abdomen due to absence of locomotory organs in case of the abdomen. Only the pleurons are present in case of thorax. That's why these pleurons are mostly functions for the attaching the lateral parts of the body that are called the legs. You see here, I have told you before this different types of arms. One is the anterior tentorial arm. This is called anterior tentorial arc, and that is derived from the anterior tentorial pit. Here, this is the dorsal arm. Remember only one thing: this dorsal arm is the extension of this anterior tentorial arm. Extension. The question will come, but which structure is the extension of anterior tentorial arm? This is called dorsal arm, and this is the posterior tentorial arm, that is deriving from the posterior tentorial pit. Only these three questions will there is a chances for coming from in the exam. The main important thing here, there is a hollow structure is present in case of tentorium, that is called as corpora tentorium. This is the corpora tentorium, that is middle, in case of middle, and mostly only in case of orthoptera only this corpora tentorium is present. Other than orthoptera, anywhere this corpora tentorium is not present. So you have to remember in which insect this corpora tentorium is present, that is orthoptera. So I have told you before what is the endothorax. Endothorax means this endoskeleton of thorax. So if we are dividing the insect body into different axes, you see different axes. So here I am dividing three different axes. This is the upper part. Upper part is called as the dorsal. This is the lower part. This is called as the ventral, and this is the lateral part. This is means side part. Okay, side part. So from this side part, what will happen? This legs and all are coming. Legs and all are coming. Three pairs of legs are coming. And this is the upper part. This is the lower part. So this upper part, the dorsal surface contains different types of sclerites, that is called as a tergum. This lower part, this ventral part contains different types of sclerite, that is called sternum. And this lateral part contains sclerite, it is called pleuron. So you have to remember. So the dorsal means tergum or notum also. This ventral means sternite, and this lateral. This is the lateral. That is called pleurites. So you see here, if this is the insect, this upper part is called as dorsal. This lower part is called as ventral, and this lateral part is called as pleural. I have depicted here the picture. This is the upper part. This is tergum or notum. This is the middle part. This is the pleuron, and this is the ventral part. This is sternum. You see here. So I have told you this phragmata is present in case of only tergum or the notum, and this is lacking in prothorax, that only is present in case of pteropthorax, that is meso plus meta. You have to remember these things only. This is pleurites. Pleurites means develop in case of pleural sulcus, the pleural ridges. As you know also furrow and ridges. Ridges means what is somewhat hip-like structure, and furrow means somewhat down-like structure. So in case of the that thorax, there is a pleural ridge, that is called as pleural sulcus. So for this, why this there is a ridges or the sulcus? Due to the attachment of the different types of legs, that is pro leg, middle leg, or meta leg, or the posterior leg. So three pairs of legs are attached to this pleural ridges, that is called as pleural sulcus for the pterothoracic segments. And another thing also, not only these legs, but also two pairs of wings, that is the mesothoracic wing and the metathoracic wing. These two wings are also attached to this pleural sulcus, that is pleural ridges. Okay. And another thing is endosternite. Sternite means I have told you this is the ventral part, this is ventral sclerites. So this is developed it developed in the form of paired ventral apophyses. These are apophyses eusternal lying between the basisternum and sternum. You see here, this is the basisternum, this is the sternum. Okay, and this basisternum and the sternum are joined by one structure, this is called spina. This is called a spina. So you have to remember, in case of sternites, two different parts are there. You see here basisternum and sternum. Basisternum, sternum. And you see here, you see here, this is the basisternum and this is sternum, and this is joined by one structure, this is called a spina. So from the exam point of view, this is very important. This which structure joins the basisternum and sternum, that is called spina. And there is a Y-shaped endoskeleton structure also, that is called furca. I will show the picture in the next slide. What is furca? So just like Y-like structure, this is Y-like structure. So this Y-like structure you see here, this is Y-like structure Y. So this is called as a furca. What is furca? I will tell you next slide. You see here in the next slide I am telling you here. So what I have done, I am dividing all the parts of the insect body into three different parts. This is the upper part. This is the upper part or not? This upper part is called as dorsal part. Dorsal part. This lower part, this is the lower part. Three different parts I am telling. This is lower part. This is called as ventral part. Okay, and this is the lateral part. This is the lateral part. That is called lateral part. So this all the things, all the segments, you see, all the segments are called as tergum or notum. Okay. So what, why this tergum 1, tergum 2, tergum 3, tergum 4, like this. Here also these are the different parts of this sternum, that is ventral. So this is called sternum 1, sternite 2, then sternite 3, sternite 4, like this. But remember one thing here, in case of the thorax only, this thorax, three pairs of legs are there. These are the legs. These are the legs. So these are called as pleura. These are called so pleura. So these three pleura are there, P1, P2, and P3, because three legs are there. One is proleg, major leg, and meta leg, middle leg, and meta leg. So for this attachment of the legs and attachment of wings in case of major and meta, wings in only two pairs of wings, major and meta, this pleura mainly functions. But main thing here, I have told you before also, the pleura is absent in case of abdomen. Here you see there is no pleura, there is no pleura. Why there is no pleura? Because there is no appendages in case of abdomen. There is no need of leg in case of abdomen. There is no need of wing in case of abdomen. If there is no need of wing and leg in case of abdomen, there is no need of pleura also. This is the main reason for this thing. Okay. And I have told you before also, this is a furca-like structure. You see, this is a furca. This is Y-like structure. In case of sternite, this is Y-like structure. So main two things you have to remember. One is what is spina. Spina is the connecting link between, that is connecting structure between this basisternum and sternum. And this is a Y-like structure. This is called as furca also. So this is Tagmosis. So I have told you Tagmosis, the initial part, that is a process of separating the insect body or dividing the insect body into three different parts. That's the head, thorax, and abdomen. So here you see head. This is thorax, means prothorax, mesothorax, and metathorax, and there is the 11 segments in case of abdomen. There is 3 segments in case of thorax, and there is 6 segments in case of the head. So these are the process of what tagmosis, that is process of separating the insect body into three different parts. So there are, I have told you, 6 segments, thorax 3 segments, and abdomen 11 segments. So what are the different what are the main function? Main function of the head is coordination. Coordination means antenna is there, brain is there, everything is there. So for the coordination purpose only, head mainly functions. But what is the main function of thorax? Thorax means there are legs and wings are there, and legs are used for the locomotion, and wings are used for this migrating from one place to another, that is for the flying purpose. That means mostly the main function of for the thorax is the locomotion. But in case of abdomen, what will happen? In case of abdomen, mostly female reproductive system and male reproductive system, ovipositor, then another is idagus, that is penis, everything is there. Means mostly reproductive things are reproduction structures are present in case of abdomen. That's why mostly abdomen is responsible for the reproduction. So, and and it will be discussed in the next class in details. That means what is the spina sternum, what is the episternum, what is metasternum, what are the different basisternum, what is the sternum. Don't be worry about these things. I will discuss in the next slides. Just I gave the overview. What is sternite, what is sclerite, what is tergite, what is pleurites. But I will discuss everything in details in the next class. Don't worry about these things. And if you have any problem, you can ask in my WhatsApp, or you can call me also. And another thing, you just register for this course, so that we can start our classes by the end of October or the starting of the December. So whatever the doubts you have, you can ask me. I will try my best for clarifying everything. So thank you for these things.